the Ramsey home place right here, built in 1853.
For Ron Ramsey, life just keeps getting better. Without a doubt, he's living the dream. And it's been that way ever since he grew up on this small farm near Bluntville in Sullivan County, where his grandparents had a dairy and raised beef cattle and tobacco.
When we were growing up, there was 10 stalls up here just like this. And you'd open up all the doors, and they'll have to shut all the way up through here. And It's amazing to me the 10 cows are milking. They have a couple on this side usually, but these the old air compressor, milk compressor, sit right there where the scales are.
Born on November 20th, 1955, Ronald Lynn Ramsey was the oldest of 4 children born to Lynn and Elizabeth Ramsey. He graduated from Sullivan Central High School in 1973 and went on to East Tennessee State University and earned a degree in building and construction technology. Soon afterward, he got his surveying license and then his real estate license, and by 1986, he started his own company that's still going strong today. But it was in 1979 when he surveyed perhaps the most important thing in his life, the former Cindy Parker.
I'll never forget our first date. Cindy and I played rook. And we played rook, we used the red 2. Most people don't. I remember Cindy played the red 2 with the rook. Went out. About didn't marry her because of that, but I went ahead and did it anyway. But we just met, and man, it was love at first sight, to say the least. She had been dating a guy for about 5 years. That kind of ended at that moment. I can't explain to you about Cindy. She's my best friend. She's my business partner. And man, life's been good. We've had 3 kids together. We've had we work together every day in my real estate business. She runs the office. I mean, she does more than I do. I just kind of show up a lot of times. She runs my business. Again, man, God just put Cindy in my life, and it's been unbelievable. I don't know what I've done without her.
Ron and Cindy were married on March 1st, 1980. They soon started their family and had 3 daughters, and now there are 5 grandchildren that live close by, and is one of the main reasons he won't return to the General Assembly. And it was 24 years ago when he first went to the Capitol, when he was serving as president of the Bristol Association of Realtors for Realtors Day on the Hill. And that visit set into motion a path in our state's political history that was highly unlikely, but not to Ron Ramsey.
I actually told my state rep that, one day when you don't run, I was thinking 4 years, 6 years, 8 years from there, I might be interested in this. Little did I know that about 3 months later, in May, my phone rings. I'm sitting in my real estate office, and my state representative. He said, "Ron," said, "our state senator just announced she's not running again. I'm running for state senate. You better be ready to run for the House." And I said, "Man, Jim, I didn't mean that soon. That's like 3 months later." He said, "Well, I've already told the newspaper you're interested." And I said, "You got to be kidding me." And I said, "No." And he said, "Well, they'll probably give you a call. You better be ready." So it wasn't 15 minutes later. My phone rings. "This is Rick Wagner, Bristol Herald-Courier. I heard you're running for state representative." And I said, "Yeah." That's how I got involved in politics.
Ramsey was elected to the House of Representatives in the fall of 1992 and re-elected for a second term. And then his district's Senate seat came open in 1996, and the young Republican's popularity was continuing to grow as he would go on to hardly ever have anyone to seriously challenge his seat. In 2005, with a 17-16 majority for the Republicans in the Senate, he barely lost his challenge to the iconic John Wilder as Speaker.
Speaker Ramsey, 18, Wilder, 15.
But in January of 2007, his election as the new Speaker of the Senate and Lieutenant Governor rewrote the history books.
The whole atmosphere that day, I mean, literally you could cut the tension with a knife. The gallery was absolutely packed. You couldn't get another person. The halls were packed. The people were down in Legislative Plaza watching it on television, getting ready to watch me get beat again, is what they thought. And when Corita said Ramsey, I like to say the top was blown off the Capitol. The air was sucked out of the room. Nobody expected that at all. And when that chief clerk announced the vote, he said, "Speaker Ramsey, 18, Wilder, 15. Yeah, I still get chill bumps thinking about that. My family was there, just the moment of that.
Speaker Ramsey became the first Republican Speaker of the state Senate in 140 years.
Pursuant to Article 2, Section 11 of the Constitution of the State of Tennessee, the Senate has a quorum. is in session. Senator Massey, for what purpose?
He was a natural leader of the upper chamber, earning respect from both sides of the aisle as a straight shooter. And he's mostly responsible for working to gain what is now a supermajority for the Republicans. During his tenure as lawmaker, he pushed through several important pieces of legislation, including the gun carry permit in 1997 that's still law today, the John Berry bill that established a DNA data bank for violent criminals. He's also secured funding for the Northeast Ag Center that's currently under construction, and numerous bills to improve K-12 education and higher education with the Tennessee Promise Act, and he's extremely proud to share how financially sound Tennessee has become.
And I love being able to say that Tennessee is the least indebted state per capita of all 50 states in the union. That just makes me feel so good. We have a state employees pension system that's fully funded. Right on down a long list of all of our roads and bridges are paid for. I'm proud of what we've accomplished. I think I'm leaving the state of Tennessee in pretty good shape.
This past March, after many prayers and talking it through with his wife and family, Speaker Ramsey decided that 1.2 million miles he had driven between Blunteville and Nashville over the past 24 years had been enough, and it was time to go home.
Well, as you all know, I've always been a pretty straight shooter and get right to the point. Today's no exception. I stand before you today to announce I will not be seeking another term to the state Senate. I've said many times, I'm living the dream. I've never met that praise more, right now. I'm living the dream.
Throughout his extraordinary legislative career, Ron Ramsey has never forgotten his roots from the farm in Sullivan County, and he credits his relationships with his farmers and Farm Bureau for helping to guide his vision and leadership for a better Tennessee.
Anybody that knows me knows that this is my core. This is me. I mean, when you're thinking about farming, when you're thinking about being outside, that's me. Cindy and I, the reason we're building this house, I ended up buying 123 acres, and Cindy said, if I'm ever going to see you again, I guess I'm going to move down there. I said, you're exactly right. And when I'm sitting on a tractor, when I'm feeding cows or anything like that, or just feeding my chickens, or got a weed eater or a chainsaw, that's me. That's who I am. It's one thing to be recognized by groups just because, well, Ron's done a good job and I guess we need to recognize it. But when Farm Bureau recognizes you, that is Ron Ramsey's core, that is Ron Ramsey's being, and it makes you feel so good that literally it brings tears to your eyes when I think about this. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.